They took photographs and examined the site thoroughly. A search of the island produced no sign of the Grahams.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down the spookiest places on Earth where people frequently vanish without a trace.
Normally, it's illegal to visit, but we found one guy who has a permit.
Number 10. Bennington Triangle, U.S. Between 1945 and 1950, 5 individuals mysteriously vanished within this corner of Vermont. It's about 100 square miles large and has been heavily mythologized by conspiracy theorists and authors. First was a 74-year-old who went hunting, which was peculiar as he knew the area well. All they found was his handkerchief.
He wandered off by himself, and he was last seen around like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
A year later, a teenager vanished in a similar area. Then, 3 years later, an elderly war veteran disappeared too. Finally, in 1950, a young boy and a middle-aged lady suffered similar fates within a month of each other.
And her cousin left her only about 100 yards from their camp, on a straight trajectory back in an area that she knew really well. But she never made it back.
The last victim was the only one whose corpse was recovered, but her cause of death was unclear.
There's been a lot of different little niches where, Bennington Triangle type lore has made its way into pop culture and fiction.
Number 9. Hoia Baciu Forest, Romania. Also known as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania. This forest is one of the spookiest regions on the planet. Legend claims its name comes from a shepherd who vanished in the woods alongside 200 of his sheep. Since then, there's allegedly been a ton of disappearances, with no traces being left behind. There's also a high frequency of UFO sightings, leading many to believe the two are linked.
And we saw a shadow, like a small human figure.
One scary story claims a young girl went missing there. No one could find her, but 5 years later, she reappeared, identical to when she left, with no memory of where she'd been. There is little, if any, evidence of these disappearances, however, so they're likely fabricated for tourism purposes.
Jess, behind you, on the right.
Number 8. Old Providence, Colombia. This Caribbean island lies just north of Colombia. At first glance, it appears idyllic. It's got all the best features of a Caribbean island, minus the tourism.
Old Providence is one of the few places in the Caribbean that hasn't been overrun with tourism. And the people want to keep it that way.
Unfortunately, in recent decades, many of its residents have been disappearing due to the smuggling of narcotics. Mainland Colombian criminals pay locals a small fortune to do their dirty work.
The sea is our biggest economy, and it doesn't matter if it's legal or illegal.
They're selected for their sailing talents, but many don't come back alive. They accept because the island's economy is drastically poor. They're frequently captured by the U.S. Coast Guard and then imprisoned. Some vanish without a trace. Estimates believe that at least 800 people have been lost this way.
When you visit, you have little idea of the threats facing this island.
Number 7. The Devil's Sea, Japan.
Long ago, Japanese sailors gave this region a chilling name, Manaomi, the Devil's Sea.
South of Japan lies a harrowing region of the ocean. The name provides a strong hint for what goes on here, which is a plethora of paranormal happenings. It earned a reputation during the 1940s and 50s, when a handful of ships vanished there in perfect weather.
Scores of gigantic ships have mysteriously vanished in these cruel seas.
In 1952, researchers were sent to investigate, but their vessel was destroyed in mysterious circumstances. Scientists claim the region is full of methane hydrate gas, which can explode and is therefore responsible for the disappearances. Some claim that people have been disappearing there since the medieval era. For instance, it is claimed that the Mongol invasions of Japan failed in the Devil's Sea, but this assertion makes virtually no sense compared to the historical record.
The sailors can only pray that they won't fall victim to the Pacific Ocean's deadliest waters.
Number 6. Lake Superior, U.S. and Canada. Superior is the largest freshwater lake by area, sitting along the border between Canada and the U.S. It's famed for its beauty, making it a popular tourist destination.
Lake Superior is one of the world's largest freshwater lakes, 560 kilometers east to west.
It also has a reputation for never giving up her dead. This is because the waters are so cold, corpses won't float, and they're instead preserved for decades. Its weather can change in an instant, going from tranquil waters to 30-foot waves without a moment's notice. The most infamous disappearance was of the vessel the Edmund Fitzgerald in 1975. We have no idea what happened, but 29 men died, and the ship was wrecked. The lake harbors countless secrets, so much so that we're still finding wrecks from centuries prior.
The Edmund Fitzgerald was beaten and battered by a November storm on Lake Superior. She took nearly a year to build, but just 1 day to destroy.
Number 5. Great Isaac Lighthouse, the Bahamas. The Bermuda Triangle is one of Earth's most infamous regions of paranormal activity. While no reputable evidence for this superstition exists, it's still home to some spooky locations, like the Great Isaac Lighthouse. It's commonly believed to be haunted. The first ghost is a child who was consumed by sharks while building the lighthouse. Later, there was the Grey Lady's ship, which went missing in the 1800s. Supposedly, the ship's ghost still sails the waters. Most famously, 2 lighthouse keepers vanished in 1969. Their bodies were never recovered, but some claim they fell victim to a hurricane that swept them away. We'll never know for certain, though. Number 4. Snake Island, Brazil. The disappearances on this island are easily some of the least mysterious on the list.
Eu escuto dizer isso há muitos anos, desde o tempo do meu pai. Porque a turma tem medo, tem receio, não sobe mesmo.
As the name suggests, this island is full of extremely venomous snakes. There are so many, it's illegal to visit here without being a researcher or in Brazil's Navy. This didn't used to be the case. Before its lighthouse went automated, someone had to keep it running. Locals believe the last lighthouse keeper and their family were killed by snakes. Apparently, they slipped through the windows and caught them by surprise.
Faroleiro vivia aqui com a mulher e a filha de 5 anos. Os dois morreram.
Before then, some attempted to build a banana plantation, but had to give up due to the snakes. Local fishermen warn people not to visit, but those who don't listen are unlikely to return.
Imagine these snakes as moving landmines that, instead of blowing you up, will cause your organs to liquefy in a slow, tedious death.
Number 3. Palmyra Atoll, U.S. About 1,000 miles south of Hawaii lies the island of Palmyra Atoll. Except for researchers, it's completely uninhabited.
The remains of the deserted base are still on the island today.
It's considered the most haunted Pacific island, with a plethora of creepy tales surrounding it. The most famous was the Seawind murder in 1974. The wealthy Graham couple had their yacht, the Seawind, turn up in Honolulu, being sailed by Dwayne Walker and Stephanie Stearns. The Graham corpses wouldn't be found for another 6 years, when one was discovered buried in a chest at Palmyra.
That afternoon, Sharon went for a walk down the beach and made a startling discovery.
This was later turned into a true crime novel and even a TV adaptation. Aside from this, there have been other harrowing tales surrounding Palmyra, all varying in their degree of plausibility.
Matt Graham's body has never been found.
Number 2. Yellowhead Highway, Canada. The Yellowhead Highway stretches all across Canada, from Winnipeg to British Columbia. It has a 447-mile stretch, which has been nicknamed the Highway of Tears. It finished construction in 1969, and since 1970, it has faced a high frequency of abuse against women.
Most of the cases are unsolved, and once again, most of those women were Indigenous.
Many of them are Indigenous women, and there's no clear figure for how many have gone missing. Some claim it's less than 18, others above 40.
If you go by the RCMP numbers, 9 women have gone missing or been murdered along that specific stretch of highway.
It's believed this has nothing to do with the highway, but represents a larger issue across Canada. The government has tried to investigate the issue, but has had little success, which many claim is representative of systematic racism.
And if they're still alive, it's a matter of how do you find them, and when you find them, how do you get them to talk to you?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into settings and switch on your notifications. Number 1. The Alaska Triangle, U.S. Alaska is one of the harshest regions on Earth. Its cold wilderness is highly deadly to humans, resulting in people coming up with the Alaska Triangle.
The Alaska Triangle stretches from Juneau in the south to Anchorage in the middle, all the way up to Yukiavik at the most northern point in Alaska.
This is similar to the Bermuda Triangle, except it claims far more lives. Since the 70s, roughly 20,000 people have gone missing there.
The number of people that are reported missing in Alaska every year is twice as high as the national average.
The idea began in 1972, when politician Hale Boggs's plane vanished between the Alaskan cities Juneau and Anchorage. It's easy to explain why many people disappear in Alaska. It's a massive state with an incredibly harsh wilderness, most of it untouched by humans.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of people continue to mysteriously disappear in the Alaska Triangle every year.
What do you think is the most mysterious place on Earth? And would you ever visit? Let us know in the comments section.